Walk into any local gun shop today, and what do you see? Wall-to-wall polymer frames, skeletonized chassis systems, and flat, dark earth cerakote. The industry wants you to believe that if a rifle was not engineered in the 20X era, it belongs in a museum. I have stood right there at the retail counter and watched guys trade in absolute heirloom quality blued steel masterpieces just to finance the latest heavily marketed tactical hunting rig. But spend enough time on the range, and you start noticing a massive vibe shift. Serious marksmen and seasoned hunters are waking up to something important. You simply cannot inject a massive marketing budget with the mechanical soul of old-school American craftsmanship. Shooters are actively raiding the dark corners of their safes, because cold, hard steel and hand-checkered walnut are proving they can still outshoot and outhunt the modern hype. Today, we are diving deep into 5 legendary rifles that the industry tried to bury. 5 legacy platforms that are shaking off the dust, hitting the woods, and dropping game just as effectively as they did 50 years ago. Coming in hot at number 5, the Remington Model 760 Game Master. Some folks in the community call it the Amish machine gun, and they are not joking. This is 1950s American engineering at its absolute finest. It is a pump-action powerhouse, traditionally throwing heavy-hitting lead like the 30-06. If you grew up tracking aggressive whitetail through the dense, unforgiving brush of the American Northeast, this was the undisputed king of the woods. The bolt-action wave eventually drowned it out on the sales floor, but guys are finally realizing why this platform offers a massive tactical advantage in the field. It all comes down to the manual of arms and pure cyclic rate. When a massive buck bursts out of a cedar swamp, you do not have time to break your cheek weld and run a bolt. That shotgun-style pump lets you violently rack a follow-up shot into the chamber without losing your sight picture. It runs faster than any bolt gun you can buy. Weighing in right around 7.5 pounds with a 22-inch pipe, it balances dead center at the receiver. It is lightning fast to shoulder, but carries enough mass to hold steady on a 200-yard shot. In an industry obsessed with carbon fiber, this rig is a serious reality check. Right now, you can still rescue one of these from a pawn shop rack for under $600. That is an insanely high IQ investment for a multi-role tool. It eats everything from varmint loads to heavy big game rounds without complaining, and grabbing that warm wood stock on a freezing morning just feels right. Plus, that crossbolt safety provides a highly tactile, positive lockup while you are pushing through heavy vegetation. Like an old, battle-scarred hound dog, it might not look tactical, but it refuses to quit. Let us break down the realities of running one today. Pros. Number 1, the sheer action speed. Racking that pump sends a second round downrange with authority, and the enclosed action completely ignores foul weather. Number 2, the mobility factor. At 7.5 pounds, you can hump this through elevation all day without frying your shoulders. Number 3, the barrier to entry. $500 gets you a literal piece of legacy steel that outclasses modern budget rifles. Number 4, caliber versatility. Whether it is chambered in .243 or .308, it feeds flawlessly and covers all your hunting bases. Cons. Number 1, the trigger guard degradation. Later production years swapped metal for plastic, and if you run it hard in the cold, it will fracture. Number 2, the aftermarket wasteland. Forget about tactical upgrades. You are running this exactly how it left the factory, and spare parts are getting incredibly rare. Number 3, the recoil penalty. Those old factory butt plates feel like getting kicked by a mule, especially when sending heavy grain projectiles. Number 4, thermal shift. That thin barrel profile gets cooking extremely fast. Dump a full magazine, and you will watch your shot groups open up drastically. Moving right along to number 4, the Savage Model 99. This is not just an old hunting rifle. This is the platform that completely shifted the firearms paradigm. Flashback to the late 1800s. Lever guns were strictly shooting anemic, flat-nosed pistol calibers. Then the 99 drops, built from the ground up to harness the massive chamber pressures of smokeless powder. Suddenly, guys running rounds like the .303 Savage were seeing ballistic performance that was basically science fiction for the era. But the real genius was inside the receiver. It utilized a streamlined internal hammer and an absolutely brilliant rotary box magazine. It ejected spent brass aggressively, straight down and away from your line of sight. Lever actions took a back seat for decades, but the tactical brush gun concept is bringing the 99 back to the forefront. If you need a rifle that handles like a fighting carbine in thick vegetation, the 99 is an absolute force multiplier. Sitting between 6.5 and 8 pounds, sporting that iconic 20 or 22-inch octagon barrel, it points naturally and swings violently through heavy cover. It will absolutely dump kinetic energy into a target at 150 yards, whether you are running irons or modern glass. Expect to drop between $800 and $1,200 to put one in your safe. And honestly, for a functional piece of art that cycles like a Swiss watch in sub-zero temperatures, that is a steal. Guys at the reloading bench are currently tuning modern propellants to get incredibly flat trajectories out of these for elk season. That rotary spool magazine safely holds 5 rounds of pointed aerodynamic ammunition, something traditional tube magazines simply cannot do without turning into a pipe bomb. And the takedown variants? You can split the gun in half, throw it in a discreet pack, and hike deep into the backcountry undetected. This was the ultimate survival tool during the Depression, and now the internet is rightfully obsessed with it. It is not meant to be a bench rest precision rig, but in a dynamic environment it feels incredibly alive. Pros. Number 1. The cyclic efficiency. That lever throw is incredibly short and fast, perfect for multiple targets moving through dense cover. Number 2. The snag-free receiver. Because the hammer is internal, there is absolutely nothing to catch on your gear when you are pushing through thickets. Number 3. The ejection trajectory. Spitting brass out the side means your optic stays clear, and you can tactically top off the spool on the move. Number 4. The breakdown capability. The takedown system makes it the ultimate travel companion for discreet transport. Cons. Number 1. The lever bite. If your mechanics are sloppy during a high-stress reload, that loop will absolutely smash your knuckles. Number 2. Wood expansion. Take it into high-humidity environments without properly maintaining the stock, and you will experience severe warping. Number 3. Optic mounting nightmares. The iron sights are rudimentary, and tapping the receiver for a modern scope is an expensive, permanent modification that adds unwanted bulk. Number 4. The carry setup. Old-school models lack sling studs out of the box. You will be digging into the aftermarket just to put a strap on it. Taking the number 3 spot on our list, the Ruger M77. But we are talking specifically about the highly coveted Tang safety generation. Dropping in the 1970s, this rifle brought the legendary Mauser control system back to the working-class American. The absolute magic of this platform is sitting right there on the rear Tang. From an ergonomic standpoint, it is a masterclass in weapon design. You lock your eyes on the target. Your firing thumb naturally sweeps the safety off without disrupting your cheek weld, and you press the trigger. This is a rugged bolt-action beast, heavily favored in flat-shooting calibers like the .270 Winchester. For a while, the market ignored them, but the resurgence is hitting hard right now across the hunting community. The core reason is the controlled round feed mechanism. As soon as that cartridge leaves the magazine, the bolt aggressively grabs the rim. It holds it captive against the bolt face all the way into the chamber. At 7 to 8 pounds with a 24-inch barrel, it shoulders smoothly and acts as a dedicated meat getter in low-light conditions. Feed it premium match-grade ammo, and you can consistently stack rounds at the 300-yard line. Prices are hovering around $700 to $1,000 on the secondary market. Guys are fleeing the fragile, modern import rifles to get back to Ruger's tank-like, overbuilt reliability. That walnut furniture looks even better with field wear. And the 3-position safety lets you mechanically lock the bolt down when navigating treacherous terrain. I am seeing serious hunters taking these deep into the Alaskan bush for moose. Because when you are completely off the grid, mechanical failure can be fatal. Running this setup forces you to master your fundamentals. It demands a hyper-focused, singular press of the trigger to get the job done. These actions are currently getting glass-bedded by purists, pulling sub-MOA precision out of 40-year-old steel. It is a brilliant platform to hand down to the next generation. Pros. Number 1. The safety placement. That tang safety is completely intuitive, allowing rapid deployment from a relaxed carry. Number 2. The feeding reliability. Controlled round feed is literal life insurance against double feeds in high-stress hunting scenarios. Number 3. The extraction power. That massive Mauser-style claw will rip a stubbornly expanded case out of a dirty chamber without hesitation. Number 4. The optic interface. Ruger machined the scope rings directly into the receiver, giving you a bomb-proof zero with 0 rail failure points. Cons. Number 1. The tight tolerances. On the earlier serial numbers, unlocking the bolt takes some serious muscle until it heavily wears in. Number 2. The floor plate latch. If you are bouncing around on an ATV, I have seen these plates pop open and dump your ammo directly into the mud. Number 3. The heavy trigger. Factory pulls are notoriously stiff, breaking around 5 pounds. You will absolutely need a gunsmith to dial it in for precision work. Number 4. The finish vulnerability. That deep, beautiful bluing looks incredible, but it will show every single scratch if you run it hard over rocks. Sitting at the number 2 position, the undisputed king of the mountain, the Winchester Model 70, specifically the pre-64 models. Let us not mince words here. This is the rifleman's rifle. Introduced in 1936, it set the standard that every other manufacturer has been desperately trying to clone. We are talking about a massive claw extractor combined with a factory free-floated barrel. This action was so dependable, it served as a premier sniper platform in World War II before dominating the American deer woods. When Winchester changed the design to cut mass production costs, the original models became instant legends. Today, the market value is absolutely skyrocketing. Savvy shooters are aggressively hunting down the featherweight variants chambered in .30-06. Weighing in at a brisk 6.5 pounds, it is a purpose-built tool for high-altitude sheep hunters. Those 22 to 26-inch barrels deliver clinical, laser beam accuracy past 400 yards. Expect to bleed $1,200 to $1,500 for a clean, restored one. But what you are buying is a buttery smooth action that feels like it runs on ball bearings. This is the exact platform your grandfather trusted to drop massive elk with a single trigger press. Now, a younger generation is modernizing them, mounting high-end optics to ensure highly ethical, low-recoil harvesting. That aggressive walnut checkering locks into your hands perfectly, and the knurled bolt handle provides incredible leverage even when you are operating in freezing rain. These rifles have mathematically outlasted every plastic trend the industry has tried to push. Pros. Number 1. The flawless extraction. That full-length claw firmly controls the rim from the magazine all the way to ejection. It simply does not fail. Number 2. The harmonic tuning. The free-floated barrel design lets you dial in custom hand loads to absolute microscopic tolerances. Number 3. The power-to-weight ratio. At 6.5 pounds, the featherweight is an absolute dream for packing miles into the backcountry. Number 4. The stock geometry. That classic American walnut profile absorbs heavy recoil impulses beautifully while providing perfect balance. Cons. Number 1. The logistical nightmare. If a pre-64 part actually breaks, you are paying a massive premium to source an original replacement. Number 2. The collector tax. The barrier to entry is extremely steep. You are buying a financial asset, not a throwaway truck gun. Number 3. The ammo capacity. Standard Magnum calibers restrict you to a strict 3-round magazine limit. You have to make your shots count. Number 4. Environmental sensitivity. Take that vintage bluing anywhere near salt water or coastal air, and it will aggressively start to pit and corrode. And finally, taking the number 1 spot on our comeback list, the ultimate sleeper agent of the firearms world, the Remington Model 788. Built strictly for the working class between 1967 and 1980, this push-feed bolt gun was supposed to be the affordable little brother to the flagship Model 700. It was heavily chambered in versatile rounds like the .243 and .308. Remington eventually killed off the production line. but they made a huge mistake. Because this rifle is an absolute precision instrument. Varmint hunters and tactical shooters are currently buying these up the second they hit the used rack. It rocks a tight, highly maneuverable 20-inch barrel, weighing a solid 6 3/4 pounds. It is light enough that you can hand it off to a younger shooter for small game eradication without them fighting the weight. But the real engineering magic is the rear-locking lug design. It creates an insanely fast lock time, which translates directly to mechanical accuracy. This rifle is notorious for laying down sub-1.5-inch groups at 100 yards. Completely stock, straight out of the box. You can still find them floating around surplus crates and gun shows for $400. It features a blind magazine, meaning there is no floor plate to dump your rounds or let debris into the action. The crossbolt safety gives a loud, authoritative click. It is pure, unadulterated steel and walnut that begs to be run hard and put away wet. Old-timers swear by this gun for dropping coyotes in low light using nothing but the factory iron sights. Pros. Number 1. The maneuverability. That compact 20-inch barrel is highly tactical, perfect for swinging inside a cramped hunting blind. Part 2. The return on investment. Dropping $400 on a sub-MOA precision platform is the best deal in the industry right now. Number 3. The sealed receiver. The blind magazine keeps the vital internals completely locked off from mud, snow, and grit, while keeping field stripping incredibly simple. Number 4. The rapid cycle rate. The bolt throw is short and aggressive, letting you stay on the scope for fast follow-ups on reactive targets. Cons. Number 1. The feed angle. Being a push feed, it has a known habit of stovepiping if you are cycling soft-point ammunition too slowly. Number 2. The factory trigger. It suffers from noticeable creep out of the box. You absolutely need to take a polishing stone to the sears to unlock a crisp, glass rod break. Number 3. Component scarcity. With a short production run, finding original accessories or specific replacement parts requires deep internet diving. Number 4. Sight stability. If you are putting a lot of heavy recoil through it, the rear iron sight 0 has a nasty tendency to drift off target. So there you have it, guys. 5 legacy platforms that are aggressively taking back their rightful spot in the field. Whether it is the raw mechanical precision, the overbuilt battle-proven actions, or just the undeniable soul of shooting real steel and wood, these rifles are putting the modern plastic era on notice. I want to hear from you. Which one of these legends are you pulling out of the safe and dragging through the brush this season? Drop your choice down in the comments below. And as always, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment to feed the algorithm. We have got a lot more deep dives into weapon systems, self-defense law, and firearms history coming down the pipeline. Stay vigilant, carry every day, and I will see you on the range.